Welcome to the video, guys. I've just come out for a walk, so I thought I'd do a little video on a few tips on doing your first solo wild camp. So you've got everything you need, and there's a few things that could be putting you off. There's still a few things you're worried about. Could be, I don't know, have I got all the right equipment? Can I carry it all? Have I packed too much? Because it's all well and good putting your pack on with everything in, standing there, maybe even just have it on your back for a few minutes and it feels fine. But when you're walking around, you soon notice the difference. So you want to make sure it's all comfortable, you can carry it all as long as you need to. You don't want to set off somewhere and get about 20 minutes in and regret the amount of weight that's on your back. And the other thing is just being out there by yourself. It can be a little bit worrying if you've never done it before. Even though you want to, it's still a big deal, isn't it? Just strolling off middle of nowhere and setting up a tent. So what I'm going to say to ease you in, hear me out, don't wild camp as such. Basically find yourself a little campsite, not a dead busy one. If you can, find like a little quiet one somewhere, or even if you've got a friend who owns some land, I just ask if you can set up your tent on there. But then the next stage I'd say is don't drive directly to it, because you're not going to do that wild camping. You're not going to drive into the middle of a wood or middle of a field and set up your tent. So find a lay-by, or if you've got a campsite close to home, pin it on your map, find out how far it is, think how far you'd want to walk if you was actually doing a wild camp. So don't do something ridiculous like doing 20 miles if you don't need to, or if you're never planning on doing that. Just anything really. I think first time I did it, I did about 10k because I just wanted to have a good coverage, have my pack on for a while just to make sure I knew how comfortable it was. Right, so you found your camp spot. Next worry could be people not knowing where you are. So now you can let people know where you're going to go. If you run into any issues, you can give them a ring. I'm sure you've got friends and family who'd be more than happy to come and pick you up. Even if you have to leave the tent in the middle of the night, you know, if something freaks you out, give that friend or family member a call, come and get you, and you can always nip back and take your tent in the morning if you really need to. Other things could be, like I say, having all the gear. So you might have done the back garden test, we've all done it, and it's fine. But in the back of your mind, you always know you can just nip inside. So I did that first, it all went fine. I even cooked myself a little meal out in the garden. Like I say, fine, didn't go inside, and it was alright. But it still didn't really give me the full confidence to do the wild camp. Like I say, I was too comfortable knowing exactly where I was. So I did the actual campsite trick, found one. Luckily for me, there was one not on my doorstep as such. Like I said, it's about 10 kilometres away. So I set up my pack and off I went. My pack was fine. I had it on my back for a good while. Take little breaks if you need to. And then when I reached it, I wanted to make sure I didn't have any luxury. So I didn't take a towel with me to start having showers. I didn't buy any food or drinks from the site. I kind of just kept myself to myself. I cooked a meal while I was there. I made sure with the campsite, I got their permission beforehand just to make sure that was okay. And I just made a night of it. Like I said, didn't join in with anyone. I tried to pitch my tent as far away from everyone as I could. I basically had a field to myself, so it was a very quiet night. Not much was going on. I got there quite late as well, so it did feel like I was on my own still. I literally nipped to the bloke, paid him, I think it was £10 for the night. You can't moan about that. And set up my tent, packed away in the morning, and I went home. And it gave me the confidence then. I knew my tent was okay, I knew my sleeping bag was fine because it was quite a cool night. My air mat, no issues there. Like I said, I cooked a meal, absolutely fine. I had the right amount of clothes. The water was fine. I managed to take some spare home because I haven't got a filter at the minute, so I just have to carry a bit extra, but that doesn't bother me. And it all went fine, guys. So for me, that really helped me out getting over that hurdle of just getting myself out there, because then the next time I knew I could carry my pack. I knew I had everything I needed. So the next worry is people not knowing where you are. So there's a few apps. You've got is it 3 words, or if you've got a rough idea of where you're going to set up your tent or where you're walking to, just give people the rough area, or at least you know where you park your car, little things like that. Just let people know. So I hope this video has helped. I hope you found it useful. Any questions or anything I might have missed, just get in touch, guys. If I sound a bit wheezy, the COVID's finally got me, so, well, that was last week. I'm over it now, but just a bit out of breath. So everyone just be careful out there, guys. Stay safe and enjoy yourselves. I'll catch you next time.